very highly privileged people, because I had such a wonderful experience of meeting folks such as Norman and Eric and Abel and Olaf and Dick Holtz and all these wonderful musicians of very high stature, very fine character, an opportunity I never would have had if I hadn't pursued music as best I could and been in the ranks of the Army. I feel that that was a wonderful plus in my life, and indeed at times it was all of my life, because that was the association with these stimulators of all that I did or could ask or think. That was a marvelous opportunity for me. You think of Dean Goffman and Ray Allen and all, not only their music, but the men behind the music, the minds and the hearts from which the music flowed. This was the plus that you could get in no other way.
Well, I think it was a sort of the opportunity of meeting people. I
Yes.
think that was what's so wonderful. You know, when I went to the training college as a cadet, the training principal interviewed me in the first 2 or 3 days and said to me, "Norman, we want you to forget all about music. Forget it. Put it out of your mind now. It's a thing of the past.
Yes.
You've got other things about. Forget music." Good job I didn't take any notice of him.
Yes. Well, when I submitted my application for training school, I got a note from the field secretary that said, "You're a divisional bandmaster, you work in music. I want you to know that if you become an officer, you will not work in music. There's no way that you could ever find your way in music because you have a greater calling." Well, I think music is a part of the greater calling.
I'm sure.
A very important part for me.
Yes, of course it was.
And I sent a word back and I said that, well, you know, God gave me this gift of music, and if man rules in the wrong way, God will overrule.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
Yes.
And there was always a sort of, I think it was a bit of jealousy really with some of them, that you know, I mean, it wasn't our fault, but you were put in the limelight straight away.
Right.
I mean, I didn't ask that, but you were. In fact, I had a man, an officer I knew, a very nice man really, but he said to me one day, he said, "It's not fair," he said, "it all happens to you musician people." He said, "There are others of us, you know, we don't get asked to go to," he said, "but they don't ask for preachers to come from England. Why not preachers? Why just musicians?" I said, "Bill, I can't tell her the answer to that. I don't know the answer of it." He said, "Well, it's not fair. It should be, it's not only me." I said, "Well, that might be true, but what can I do about it?"
Sure. Have you expressed that to the people that can change it?
Well,
That's
that's
thing,
right, you know, it's, and it is true though, it is a very wonderful open door that music does give, and the people that you meet and see, and you know, the number of bands and people, when you start thinking of it, it's thousands of people.
Yes.
That you've sort of had some influence, or they had influence on you, whichever way round it is, but it's the sheer volume of it that's so unbelievable.
It's a marvelous entrance into the spirit.
It is.
And when the spirit of one person can communicate with the other through music and through the Army, through whatever means there is, it just is stimulating mentally, physically, and emotionally.
That's right.
In ways that could never happen any other time.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
So I feel that.
I mean, who was the best known character in America? Eric Lightsey. You know, you think, well, that's a funny thing to say, but to people like me anyway, he was.
Yes. Well, Eric had several ideas. He said, you know, somebody said, "You have a wonderful sense of humor." And he says, "Well, I try to keep it that way." And then he spoke one time in his conducting courses about that origination of that term. Sense of humor really means sense of proportion. And that's what music gives you. You have to be very honest You
That's
can't
right.
be any other way. If you are, everything falls apart, including yourself. And I thought that was a marvelous hinge on which to swing.
Yeah.
Would you gentlemen get closer together for just one picture? And then I'd be remiss.
Is that better?
Yeah, sit up a little, Norman, straighter. Thank you.
Yes, Mother. My
Sorry.
mother used to say that to
She's
me.
got it in for me today, I see.